ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store, I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the cam base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching full ever standing like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle shrunk. 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate, but you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I don't wear.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close, I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all, I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it now, I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on a roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I haven't had my hat backwards for quite a while, guys, and I'm not going to lie. Feels kind of weird. I'm going to go ahead and flip it back around. But what is going on? Now you guys can see the beautiful bing bong. But what is going on, Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in to today's live stream. And Bitcoin is getting that little move to the downside, guys. Now, this is something that we have been looking at as far as seeing those bearish signals on the higher time frames, which I believe we were looking at on Monday or starting on Monday. And we have seen that stuff start to play out here. These red dots are now printing on that on these higher time frames. Some of them actually confirmed at this point. And we are starting to see that move down. And not only the red dots on the higher time frames, guys, we were also looking at the macro volume profile as we were losing that key level of the POC. As we know, once you get stuck under that level, there is a high likelihood that you are going to get the bigger move down towards that value area low. And it looks like this could potentially be the start of that move, but we have a couple of levels underneath us that may be able to prop us up for another move to the upside. So I want to cover that all with you guys on tonight's live stream. Are we scared? Should this thing, should we be, selling all our alts in a panic? Are we going to zero? I'm going to break it down and light that candle for the Mafia so you guys are not in the dark and you have an idea of what I'm looking at for these markets and what that next move is going to be on Bitcoin. But before we get into it, guys, scared to death. Shout out to Bad Axe, guys. Don't forget to smash up that like button. Every 100 likes, every 100 likes we get gives you guys some extra chances to win some free giveaways. And if we get, and which we are going to be calling on tonight, we will be calling the winners of those live streams, the winners of those giveaways. So smash up that like button. If we get 650 likes, I'll drop some extra sauce on the giveaways. We tried to do it all week. We couldn't do it. Let's see if we can get to 650. I'll drop some extra crypto on you guys, or maybe some free memberships. Shout out to Tony D. We got any memberships for the Mafia? Let's see. I saw a couple people turn gray. We got to get everybody green again. Go ahead and drop some memberships if you can, Tony. And with all that being said, actually, Tony, I believe, is out right now. I don't know if he's probably in the live stream. But, Tony, when you get a chance, if you could drop some memberships, that would be awesome. But let's try to hit that 650 like goal. But before we jump into the charts, guys, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the Mafia. We got Zach. What is going on? He says LFG. And as you guys know, it is still hype when we get these moves to the downside, because as you guys know, we don't only make money when price goes up. We can make money on those shorts all the way back down. Shout out to Dave Digital checking in, and now we can start the show. But first off, let's shout out some more people. We got Alex in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got French Toaster, Jay Violet. We got John Jermaine in the chat. What is going on? Anna Maria, what is going on? Nikki94 Boo, good to see you. I need to be green. Hopefully, Nikki, you could get one of those memberships when we drop them. My chair's fighting me again. Shout out to Golden. Servando Estrada, what is going on? We got Kalichi in the chat. Jacko24. And we got, not to be confused with Jack. I don't know how to say that last name, but he says LFG. Oh, my God, this chair is really bullying me right now. It was fine all day. It's as soon as I go live that it starts to sink down there. Shout out to Raul. What is going on? We got Crypto Santa. John. We shouted out John already. Jacko24. We said SA Razor. Top G in the chat. How's your Bugatti doing, brother? What is going on? Red Elephant in the chat. Alex. We shouted out Alex. We got Pick Chick. What is going on? Green is always good. That is dang right. But last but not least, guys, we got Chemistry Bro in the chat that said, am I the only mod here? Chembro, I think you might be. You might also, yeah, you might be the only mod, and I am in the only chair that just keeps sinking every time I raise it up. But with all that being said, guys, we said what's up to the Mafia. Smash at that like button, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we can't figure out what this thing is going to do one more time. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys. Yeah, shout out to K Diggity said you're on alts tonight. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. That slow sync. Yeah, I know. It literally only happens when I go live. Maybe because I talk with my hands and it like bounces up and down, and then I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. Ready for duty. Yo, shout out to Dave Digital coming in with that big old official, the most official, unofficial wrench there. Shout out to Dave Digital picking up the extra work here. Shout out to Dave. I appreciate you, bro, as you are always have always been our most official, unofficial mod of the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. But yeah, I think Tony D's dealing. I think his car's in the shop right now, so I think he went to go pick up his car. He got something changed on his car. But let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hide some of the TA here really quickly. Yeah, I don't know why that... okay, there we go. So what do we have going on here, guys? Obviously, we did get a little bit of a spill to the downside. Now, this is not that shocking. As you guys know, over the past week, we have been looking at some things on the higher time frames, on specifically Market Cypher B, that was calling for some potential downside. Now, it wasn't just the red dots here on Market Cypher B. Excuse me, you guys can see we do have this weekly red dot starting to print. If this does confirm in about 2 days and 3 hours, this could open up the door to some more potential downside. And then that 6-day red dot is printing. The 5-day red dot has actually confirmed. And then we have the 4-day red dot confirmed, as well as the 3-day. And this was obviously some of those things we were looking at on Monday that was opening up a potential to move back down to the value, to the bottom of this range. However, it wasn't just the red dots here. We also had another very clear signal that was pointing to some more potential downside, which was that 4-hour money flow crossover into the red occurring right here. And you guys can see once that money flow crosses over into the red, oftentimes we do see more downside. And then not only that, guys, but if we pull up our current range, which kind of gets the show started here, as you guys know, this is our overall macro range that we are looking at on Bitcoin. And another reason why we were open to some more potential downside, and I want to talk about this a little bit because this is actually the situation that I was not excited to see. Not because price is coming down, but this could just be a super boring move back down to our value area low, and it was going to just kind of continue this range, which was not what I wanted to see, just for the boring aspect of it. This is horrible for content as you bing bong around in a range like this for the past 3 months. Nobody cares what Bitcoin is doing, so it makes the content really hard. But obviously, we have been absolutely destroying these local ranges, scalping the moves, the longs and the shorts on the lower time frames with the premium Discord, or the kitchen as I like to call it. But guys, very simply put, We have those the high time frame red dots, the money flow coming out on the 4 hour, and we also had lost our key level of support, which is sitting here on the POC close to about $67,000. Now, this POC has kind of been jumping around a little bit as price action develops, but once we wound up losing this POC decisively, you guys know yesterday we were kind of clinging to it, but as soon as we lost that level and we got the bigger, we does open up the door to, once you can't get back above that POC, it does open up the door to come down to that value area low. So now this could be potentially in the cards, guys. Can we potentially see a $63,500 Bitcoin come in somewhat soon? I don't think it's unlikely based off what the charts look like right now, but there are two very key levels that we were looking at on yesterday's live stream that could potentially give us a little bit of a bounce. People ask me, Frankie, are you finally bearish? Are you finally flipping bearish? Or are you still just looking for higher highs eventually? And the answer is, guys, I am not necessarily bearish right this second, at least in the long term, right? I know these little drops to the downside can be scary, but if you zoom out and just look at the whole chart here, we are still technically bullish. However, that does not mean that we're just going to hold on to everything, forever, right? We obviously have to take all the new information into account, but very simply put, guys, as we look here, we have these two key levels sitting right here. If I can go ahead and pull them up. Right here, we have these two key levels, which number one is a golden pocket retracement sitting at about $64,714. Now, this is going to be a very key level of support, as if we look at the longer term here, we could potentially come down, put a higher low in on that golden pocket, or maybe even potentially the 786 to continue a move to the upside. So this zone is sitting between about 64, I would call it 64,714 to 64,333. And then the 786 is also sitting down here closer to about $62,700. So these are still the next key levels of support I'm going to be looking at, guys. Now, I was talking to the premium Discord earlier today saying that I am going to be putting a little bit more weight, and I'm going to pull up the liquidation heat map just really quickly in a minute here to take a look at what we have going on the as far as where the liquidity is sitting. And to be quite honest, these are definitely both key levels I'm looking at, but I am going to be putting a little bit more weight on this lower box. Number one, it's the 786 retracement, and typically, guys, I'm not looking for long positions in the middle of a range like this, especially if you're not even at the POC. Remember the laws of the volume profile. Once you lose the POC, it is going to be more likely to come down to that low. So for that reason, I am going to put a little more weight on this lower level, which is coming in between 63,563 and 62,575. But it does not mean we cannot get a bounce off this golden pocket. So I'm definitely going to be watching both levels. But I am not necessarily going to be flipping completely bearish, guys, until we wind up breaking down below this range, losing this 786. And then again, here we are. We've been talking about this, kind of potential scenario incoming. If we do lose that 786 and we come down to these lows, guys, that is kind of the last line of support, in my opinion, until we are much more likely to get a bigger move down to about $50,000, or even, more specifically down between 52.5K, I would say 52,500 and $51,000. There's actually a few different reasons to be looking for a move down here, but only if we wind up losing these range lows, right? Not range lows, but this wick low down here, closer to about 57, 56.6, right? So if we start losing that low, if we pull up the VPVR, you guys can clearly see that we do have somewhat of a low volume gap. As soon as we crack that low here, you can see we have one little high volume node, but once you lose that level, there really is not much holding you up until we get down back to this bigger zone of support one more time, coming in specifically between $52,500 and $51,000. And it's not just this little area of consolidation. We have this high volume node as well as some other key levels down there. So again, I'm not necessarily calling for this. As a matter of fact, I am not really that bearish at the moment. But it doesn't mean we can't continue down, right? When I'm talking about a continued move down, first we got to come to these levels, because these are some pretty strong levels. It's not until we really start breaking and can't get back above that 786 where I'm starting to think, hey, yikes, we're on the way to these wick lows. If we lose those, we know we may be on our way down to much lower prices. And to be quite honest with you guys, this has kind of been the outlook on Bitcoin for quite some time. Very simply put, we're in this range, respecting the lows, going back to the highs, respecting the highs, going back to the lows, so on and so forth. This is has happened many times. So, until we wind up breaking this range decisively, I'm not really necessarily looking lower. But if we do break down, that is specifically what I'm looking at. And not only just the level, but also based off the volume gap and the naked value area down here, pulled from this area of consolidation from back in February. You can see this is where those levels are coming from. So definitely a key level of support down here, in my own personal opinion. Let's see, bada boom. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yeah, that is basically what we're looking at. And I want you guys to kind of understand what is going on here, right? And this is not a huge shock. Because we lost that POC, we knew it was likely to get a bigger drop to the downside. So I don't want to overcomplicate things. It's like one of those days where you're looking for something and it's just starting to play out. Not too much to update. These two support levels or support zones are still the same as what we were looking for yesterday, but we're just simply finally getting them to potentially come into play here. Now, looking at the 5 hour, and not only the 4 hour has crossed into the red, but you can see money flow here on the 5 hour starting to cross over into the red as well. And a lot of these other time frames, 8 hour money flow crossover into the red, 10 hours back in the red, 12 hours crossing into the red currently. You can barely see it, but it is starting to cross over into the red here, indicating that the trend may be likely to continue to the downside. Remember that the money flow always indicates the longer term trend, right? Not the ebbs and flows in the market, but the longer term trend. So if this money flow continues into the red, we have to anticipate that the trend is likely to continue down and put in consistent lower highs and lower lows until we wind up hitting those next key levels of support where there may be a likely reversal. And then if we do not get those bullish confirmations, we could potentially look for an even bigger continuation down, but we'll cross that road when we get there. Now, another thing I do want to show you guys, if I go ahead and hide our current range, our Fibonacci retracement, and our if we come on over here to the weekly time frame, just to kind of look at the simple candles, I was talking to the premium Discord about this a little bit earlier. You guys can see we did wind up breaking below this weekly, and this is also going to be an extremely important level to reclaim, right? If we were able to get a quick rise back up here and get back above this weekly level and close above it, that would personally, if we were able to do that, that would be extremely bullish in my opinion. But to be honest, with the way money flow and everything looks, it does look a little bit, not nerve-wracking, but it does look a little bit more bearish as far as the charts go, especially if that weekly red dot confirms. But this break of this weekly level, this is just a simple line in the sand that would be very bullish to close above. I don't know if we're going to get it. It doesn't look likely at the moment, but it's just another thing to look at. And this is coming in between at about $67,758. Let's see, bada boom, bada bing. Yo, shout out to Wick589 said, y'all hear that the ankle socks are for boomers. Dude, I actually heard that as well. I heard that ankle socks are for complete boomers now, which is hilarious because when I was in school, you would get bullied if you were wearing knee highs or shin high socks. But now apparently that's the cool thing, and the ankle socks are out, which means that your boy Frankie Candles is officially a boomer. But anyway, because I can bump it. What is going on, bro? He said hashtag facts. What's going on, Wolfman? Hey, my crypto. What's up, brother? Thank you for being here. But yeah, guys, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys wear ankle socks, and put a 2 in the chat if you're hip with the times and you're wearing whatever socks are cool nowadays. Maybe they're fuzzy socks. But anyway, let's see. I wear shin highs. How did I get cool? Shout out to Jay Gilly. Yeah, you never know. If you just stick to what you're doing for long enough, eventually everything comes back around, I guess. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys wear ankle socks. Ankle socks for life. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Isn't it hot to wear shin high socks in the summer? I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely an ankle sock guy. That's for sure. Let's see. Shout out to Calf. That could not have been more well set up. Shout out to Calf. He says because the younger generation doesn't lift weights and they have chicken legs. Shout out to Calf. And your boy Frankie Candles got those beefy boy calves. Let's go. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Crew socks all day, son. Let's go. Shout out to Cause I Can't Bump It. We're all hip and cool. Look at me. I'm very cool. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Kids don't want their parents' style, so they usually just go back to their grandparents' style. That's not false. That is true. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He said, dudes wearing knee highs are one step away from nylons. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Oh, God. I love that you can like these super chats now, too. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to Calf. It's funny that your name is Calf. I'm talking about a different type of calf. But I wear overalls. Oh, God. This is going to be a derailed Friday stream. Let's go. I'm here for it. But that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. I mean, to be quite honest with you, we do have to be open to some more of that downside, potentially based off money flow, based off the loss of that POC. But again, not necessarily in panic mode just yet, as we do have that value area low below as key support, as well as that Fibonacci golden pocket 786 retracement, with that 786 very complement with the value area low. But this money flow right now is looking like we may want some more downside here coming up, unless we get some kind of random pump over the weekend. So let's go ahead and bear with me 1 second here. Let's see. Oh, you guys are wild. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Said, Frankie, did you see my chat? He said, oh, looks like ETH ETF probably going to start trading July 2nd. New info. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. July 2nd. So, man, are we going to maybe correct a little bit until we wind up getting that news, and then maybe we start to see that move to the upside? Potentially. Shout out to Chemistry Bro for bringing the breaking news to the Frankie Candles live stream live while we're live. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, interesting information there. We'll have to see what happens. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Said, stop saying bear with me. The market is obeying. Oh, God. Oh, God. Bull with me, guys. Bull with me. All right, Darren led me on to the info, so props to Darren Does Things. Shout out to Darren Does Things, also helping us out in the premium Discord. Bear with me 1 sec. I'm sorry, bull with me here 1 sec, guys. I'm going to pull up my face cam real quick. I don't know what I've got up here on Discord. Actually, happened to be a gif of a suspicious dog. Yeah, shout out to, let me move this so it's not current information. I don't want anybody to... I don't want to leak any important information here, but yeah, shout out to Darren Does Things, guys. He helps us out in the premium Discord, and shout out to Chemistry Bro, who's been helping us out in the dining room, which is our freemium section of the Discord. I think you guys probably know about that at this point, but yeah, definitely get in the dining room if you're not already, and shout out to the premium Discord, where we share funny gifs when stuff gets scary, as well as trade setups. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead. This is basically all I got on Bitcoin, right? Again, we're just simply waiting for price to hit those more key levels. But again, if you're scared, if you're nervous, just keep in mind that you are just within your volume profile, so we have a clear roadmap into where price is going to go next. Very, very clean, right? Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those altcoins, as Bitcoin is... Yeah, I got to start withholding information or we run out of things to talk about. I give it all away on yesterday's live stream. Look for this to happen, and now there's nothing to talk about today because it's just what we were looking for yesterday. But let's see. Shout out to VW John. Said, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, all your trades will get stopped out. Shout out to VW John. I didn't want to believe that when I first heard it, but it is indeed factual. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at some altcoins here, guys, because we do actually have to get into the giveaways. Not right now, but we do have to get into the giveaways. They do take time. But I'll start off here on Ethereum and then spam those altcoins in the chat. Chemistry Bro will count up the votes and let us know what we are looking at. Let's see. Can we talk about Smurfs? Shout out to Greg. And let's see. All right, let's go ahead and check out. Okay, yeah, drop those altcoins. I'm going to go ahead and start off here on Ethereum. As you guys know, I am short on ETH. Let's go ahead. I am still holding a portion of this trade. I already have profits locked in. We are getting a little bit of a bounce, but the question is, are we going to get stuck underneath that POC? Because if we do, we know that that likely next stop for Ethereum is going to be that value area low / golden pocket retracement, sitting between about 3,285 all the way down to that value area low, closer to about 3,224. And if we can, I mean, this is nice, right? Because you have that nice clear line in the sand. Let me go ahead and close this up. You have that nice clear line in the sand, right? As long as we are stuck underneath this POC, the next likely place to go is going to be that value area low. So I will be holding this trade. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Do I have it open? Here it is, up about 374%, $1,300. So yeah, still going to be holding this potentially. Like I said, profits are locked in on this. I don't know why Blowfin doesn't show the realized profits. I'm sure they're probably working on it. But That trade is still open. I will be holding it until we wind up getting stopped out in more profit or until that final TP gets hit. Shout out to Blowfin. If you guys want to sign up for Blowfin, you can check the link in the description down below if you're looking for a place to trade. But as we look at the chart here, guys, money flow also coming into the red here on the 8-hour, 10-hour also in the red, where we're also getting a little bit of a green, double green dot. Snake eyes on the 10-hour, very interesting. 12-hour money flow kind of flat, 16-hour money flow kind of flat, daily money flow kind of flat as well. But I would say that 8-hour red dot. Let's go ahead and check that 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so no real confluence here. Ethereum actually looking a little, I mean, that was a much stronger bounce than we got on Bitcoin, but look at the rejection on that POC. Talk about the POC getting respected. Put some respect on its name. But yeah, that is going to be your key line in the sand. Get back above the POC. You do open up the opportunity to come back up to your range high. But like I said, I already have profits locked in on this trade, so if I get stopped out, I will get stopped out for a guaranteed win. Which is never a bad thing. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said Matty B needs to change his, needs to move to a time zone where the stream starts at 7 Texas time. Shout out to Dave Digital and Piano Matty B. Okay. Let's go ahead and, yeah, so that's really what I'm looking at on Ethereum, guys. And just to be clear, this was the actual Ethereum chart that we have kind of been following along with throughout the week, right? So we are actually, let me hide this Fibonacci level. We actually did hit that next key level, which is the daily naked point of control. So if we do break down, obviously, we do have this volume profile. But one thing to understand that there are some other key levels here. This daily naked point of control at 33.19 is going to be important to watch, as well as this spider line daily naked point of control kind of confluence here, sitting closer to about $3,090, right, or about almost $3,100, where you have the daily naked point of control and spider line coming into play. Definitely going to be something you want to watch as well. And if you're looking at things in terms of this volume profile, it's very similar. Just the profile is pulled from a slightly different area. This one's a little bit cleaner, to be honest. So the question is, are we going to see that volume profile play out in full like we do typically, or are we going to yeet back up on that POC and come back up to the high? We don't know, but that's why it's an if this then that statement with the point of control at $3,500 being your absolute key level of resistance. We do have money. We do have momentum coming back up, which is kind of a good sign. You have nice divergences here on the 2-hour. You even have some nice bullish divergence on the 4-hour, but money flow is just still not pointed in the right direction for me. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what we got. Shout out to Darren Does Things, says, Kembro, or other mods, post the video link for the giveaways. I can't post links. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Thank you for pointing that. Oh, there's Tyler Durden. What is going on, Tyler? Thank you for tuning in, brother. But let's go ahead and move on to some other altcoins. I do see... I'll take a look at Solana because everybody, or Quant TA, shout out to Junior. What is going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. And I thank you so much for tuning in that we're going to go ahead and check out QNT, or Quant, as some people like to say. So let's go ahead and jump on in here. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's see here. Shout out to Dave Digital. We're not sponsored by Blue Chew just yet, but maybe we can get a sponsorship in the works. I'm sure Tony D can pull it off. Oh, God, too funny. But let's go ahead and take a look at Quant here. Do we have a running Quant chart? I think we do. Is it the Bybit chart? Maybe we'll just start a new one. Bada boom, dollar chart. Yeah, I guess we'll just take a look at a fresh chart here. Bada boom, just going to move this, move Discord to another screen here. Bada boom. Oh, no, people are mentioning me in the chat. Oh, God, it's impossible to keep up with all of the, it's so hard to keep up with all the dang, with all the notifications. But let's go ahead and jump in here on Quant. Let's take a look at the weekly. I'm actually going to mark up some key levels here. Now, look at your weekly. VWAP is wiggling its way up towards that 0 line. I will say, you could potentially put in a weekly bull div here, but let me find the key levels real quick for you guys first. Let's pull up those naked points of control, pull up the monthly, and see if we can't find these key levels. Okay, not going to work on the weekly. What is going on with this? Bear with me, guys. Let me reload that. Do I have to pull up a different chart? What is good with this? There we go. Okay. So let's come back over to the monthly. I'm going to get these key levels. To the downside, I mean, this is a pretty, yeah, this chart does not have as much price action, but we'll still mark out the levels. We have a monthly naked point of control sitting right here at 96.45. I'll go ahead and label that monthly. And then we'll go ahead and drag the next monthly is all the way up here at 177. And then let's go ahead and pull up some weeklies here. Bada boom. Okay, nothing below. Worth looking at the one above here. Bada boom. Weekly. Let's pull up the dailies as well. No dailies below. Okay, so what I was really looking for here was like I was looking for like some kind of naked point of control coming from this wick, but I guess we're not going to get it. Let me see something here. Not WNT, QNT. Bada boom. Yeah, I was hoping. Stinks that it doesn't work on this chart. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to take this chart, guys, just because there's a little bit more, just because there's a little more history. So let me grab that monthly, and there we go. Okay, so we got one monthly down here. That is not going to be, I was pretty far away, to be quite honest with you. Bada boom. Monthly above, another monthly right here. Let's pull up the weeklies. Got a weekly right here. Let's try to do this really quickly for you guys. Bada boom. These are super key levels of support and resistance. Put another weekly right here and another weekly right there. Let's check the dailies. Still not getting that. Okay, I was really hoping we were going to have some kind of a nice level sitting just below us, but it doesn't look like we... Yeah, okay, so that's nice. That's what I wanted to see. Let me pull up profile here. Bear with me. I know this all looks like gibberish at the moment, guys, but bear with me here as I find these key levels. So let me hide the 618 and the 65. Put our box on the volume profile, and we there, just like that, go from a naked chart to a chart with some key levels. So this is looking pretty interesting in my own personal opinion. Let's pull up the VPVR, okay? So this is what I see that interests me on Quant. On the weekly, as we approach this macro 786, we are putting in potentially. Now, this could just be to the wicks, but I would love to see the body down here as well. But if we have these lower lows on our price action with our higher lows on our momentum waves, money flow is kind of trending up, but that VWAP is on the way to the upside as well. This could be, that 786 could be a nice level of support to hold. If we're able to put those bullish divergences in, we may be able to get a bounce back up at least to our value area low that we just got broken down from. So I would be looking at this as kind of a key zone of resistance if we do get the bounce coming in between the value area low and the weekly naked point of control. Turn that purple. I'm actually going to raise this up to that monthly naked point of control as well because that's a key level. And that zone is sitting between 97.90 and 91.60. So if we do get the bounce here, boom, that could be a potential area to look for a rejection, but it's going to be dependent on what money flow looks like or what price action looks like at that actual time that we're seeing price move, right? If money flow is coming back up on the weekly, maybe the higher daily time frames, money flow is coming back up, but we have to wait for the price action to develop before we make any decisions based off that. But one thing is for sure, if you do get the bounce from the 786, this is going to be a key zone of resistance. And that weekly bullish divergence could be the thing to look at to start that move. 2-day red dot, that's not the best look. 1-day red dot, not the best look. Let me see the 90-minute money flow. Okay, no setup there. Yeah, so I'm not necessarily interested in a trade here, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, higher lows, lower lows. Yeah, so you're getting some medium time frame divergences. Nice little 4-hour bull div, may be able to print here. So I do think you might be able to get a bounce off this level. However, this is not necessarily primed, in my opinion, until we wind up getting that weekly green dot. If we're going to get another big move up, I wouldn't expect it to happen unless we get the green dot on the weekly, and that would be the thing I would watch. But other than that, lower time frames could get a bounce off this divergence. You have your higher lows on your momentum waves, lower lows on your price action. You could look for that move, but you just got to be careful because this zone right here is going to be very key resistance. And then once you get back above these levels, you could potentially look to travel through the rest of that range and get a move back up to your value area high. Let me spawn the levels real quick. And then that is where you could kind of look to flip that level to support and look for the full fill of that volume profile. But for me personally, I would rather wait to see these higher time frames start to print green dots to anticipate that bigger move up. Other than that, local trades up to the local resistance, and that is what I would be looking at on quant. All these are definitely key levels. And then if we really go into apocalypse mode, things really go crazy, we get a black swan event or something like that, you got to be careful or at least aware of these levels down here as volume falls off significantly as we get down to those below these prices, below about 77.60. So there you go. All right, there we go. Shout out to Chemistry Bro said alts in the next chat. Shout out to Chem Bro. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, bro. I'll take a sip of that black coffee while I'm waiting for those alts. And yeah, let's see. Bada boom. Thank you for that, Chem Bro. I appreciate you. Let's see. Bada boom. There we go. Okay, so Ondo. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo. Let's go ahead and look at it. Shout out to Creighton C. Oh, hang on one second. Shout out to Villasenor. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that super chat. He says, Frankie, can you do quick TA on GFI? If you have time, of course. Yes, I will write that one down. If we have time, I will try to jump right into it for you. What was the ticker? GFI. Shout out to the outlets that you put in a bathroom or kitchen. Whoops. I don't think anyone will get that joke, but maybe you will. Anyway, shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat as well. Said, Tony isn't here. Kembro asked me to send the alts. COQ Inu. Inu something. Some kind of animal in a hat. Frog leg token and Litecoin. Don't ask me why Litecoin. I don't think anyone buys that token. Yo, shout out to Creighton C. I actually don't own that much Litecoin, I'll be honest with you. But I do own some COQ that I will not say out loud. But shout out to Crypto Master. That I appreciate you, Frankie. I appreciate you back, brother. I appreciate you back. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's go. Yeah, anyone over 30 knows. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Yeah, shout out to all the GFIs out there. But let's go ahead. What's GFI? Shout out to Wayne C. Well, if you ever have a bathroom, I actually think that they do it differently now in houses. This is crypto live stream, but I'll talk about electricity a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, ground fault isolator. Shout out to is your name Light? Is that Ligte? Is that supposed to be pronounced light? Because that would be hilarious. But yeah, it's just a GFCI. Yo, shout out to Mike Vito. You guys know. If you ever have an outlet in your bathroom that has those two little buttons that reset, that's a GFI. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. I actually think they do it differently now because where I live was built in 2022. My house was built in 2022, so the GFIs are like all different. Like there's no GFIs. It's like, I don't know. I'm not an electrical expert, but I used to work. My dad is an electrician, so he knew. But anyway, let's continue on. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ondo. Let's check it out. Okay. So here we are. I don't know if this is our current Ondo chart. I'll probably just start a new one. Actually, I guess we can look at this one. Yo, literally, guys, the value areas are absolutely overpowered. This is hilarious. Like, when you see the value areas do something like this, where you go from the low back above, and then it just wicks to the high. Like, why'd this happen, right? Did it just want to come up and tap that level? It's like, how does it tap it to the dollar like that? This is why I love TA. Sometimes it does feel like magic. Oh, shout out to Golden. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, broken chair, day 4. If you are this sentimental over a broken chair, you are never getting rid of Mrs. Candles. Admit it. She's a keeper. Shout out to Golden. She's a keeper. She's so nice. Super nice. She's a keeper for sure. Did you guys just hear that jingling? It might have sounded like it was coming from my ankle. I'm just kidding. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God, she's home. Come on over here, Mrs. Candles. We're just talking about you being a keeper. Golden knows you're a keeper. Show a little hand. Golden was saying that you were a keeper. Show a little hand here. Camera is on, though, so don't get too close. Otherwise, you might do a accidental face reveal. Come on. Drop a little hand in here. Come on. Get it in here. Come on. Woo-hoo-hoo. It smells like coconuts today, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Poppy22 said, dang, I'm only 48 minutes into the premium, and here you are yapping away, LOL. Shout out to Poppy22. He said JK. But let's go ahead and continue on. Wait, hang on a second. Poppy22, this is not the premium. Shout out to you, brother. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here. Mrs. Candles, a saint putting up with all us weirdos. Yeah, shout out to Mrs. Candles. Yeah, she is definitely a saint for sticking around, especially dealing with me. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. Taking a look at Ondo. Let's go ahead and hide. Let me go put the GP only here. Yeah, so this is our current volume profile. I actually don't love this range. Let me start fresh here. Yeah, it's kind of a wonked out range. I think we looked at this we looked at this the other day. This is kind of a weird range. It's like, yeah, I would almost want to pull it to here. Yeah, not really a great volume profile to be pulling here. It's a little bit. That one's I guess this is probably what I would look at. It's a little wonked out, but we'll take it. Right, we'll take it. We got to take what we can get. Let's go ahead and go here, put it on neutral. Okay, so for the most part here, let's see. Let's go to the 4-hour. Money flow in the red on the 4-hour. VWAP coming on the way up. So I would say this, right? You are coming up to support here, or you have bounced off of the value area low, which is support. So as long as you're able to hold this zone, I wouldn't really anticipate too much more of a move down. Now, if you did break below this level and you did wind up coming down and getting stuck underneath here, could look for a bigger drop. But until we break those lows, I wouldn't really be too concerned about it. You have pretty nice... let me pull this fib as well. Let me pull from the high to the low here. Okay, all right, so I'll take this as our key zone of resistance. This is kind of a wide zone of resistance here, but yeah. So this is what I would look for, right? We're simply inside of the value area, deviate from the low, go to the POC, back to the high, deviate the high, get accepted back into the range, back to the value area low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, back almost to the low, and then back to the high, and now we're at the low again. Are we going to get the bounce all the way through the range? I would argue. Yeah, not a lot of information on those higher time frames, but yeah, 10-hour, 8-hour money flow crossing over into the red could indicate that the downtrend may continue, in which case makes this POC sitting at $1.24 key resistance. This POC, I repeat, is key resistance. Even if we get back above that POC and come back up to the high, if money flow is still coming out on these medium to higher hourly time frames, we could anticipate some potential shorts at the highs to continue the lower high, or to look for the lower high to get that continuation back to the downside. However, at that point, you might as well just be trading this as a volume profile, which is personally how I would handle it, looking for longs at the lows, shorts at the highs. So not getting panic short here as we are key support. I would have to wait, even if I were looking for a short, I would have to wait to come up to one of these 3 levels of resistance with confirmations, right? We don't know if we're going to reject the POC. We don't know if we're going to reject the golden pocket. We don't know if we're going to reject the 786. So as price gets up there, we have to analyze the lower time frames, go down to a lower time frame, look at the price action, and see if we can have a reason to short. But one thing is for sure, those are definitely going to be the levels that I would watch. Let me get rid of these brush tools real quick, and then let me go ahead and see if we could find any naked point of control confluence here. Let's pull up the weekly. Okay, no confluence on the weekly. Let's check the monthly. We do have a monthly naked point of control sitting up here, right on that value area high. That would be a key level to watch. Take a look at the daily as well. And that's about it. Yeah, so these are definitely going to be the key levels I'd look at on Ondo. And until we break these lows here, I would not necessarily be looking for a big move down. But definitely with the way money flow looks on higher hourly time frames, I would be careful on the pushes to the upside. I'm not just like, oh my God, we're instantly bullish. You got to be careful and look for those potential lower highs to come in to continue that move to the downside until money flow changes. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Shout out to Paul Andrew. Says, all the stuff he's talking about doesn't matter if price can be manipulated. Then it must be a miracle that we make money trading. Actually, the fact that price is manipulated can help you make money, Paul. If you can understand how price moves and why price gets manipulated and when it gets manipulated, if you could figure out where price gets manipulated to, understanding why they do it, this is how you could find some fire trade entries. And as a matter of fact, it's exactly how we found this trade entry right here, which was given as a trade setup in the premium Discord, just to show the proof here. And not that anyone thinks we're lying, but I do just like to shout out to the Tigers as well. But let me just pull this up because this is a great learning opportunity because if you can understand that price is manipulated, I love when price gets manipulated because it gives me trade setups, right? And we were actually looking for this short based off of the swing failure of this wick, which a lot of the times, not every time, but a lot of the times does have to do with manipulation in the market. But because we know how price is manipulated, we were able to look for a short entry here right on this level, sitting off this wick, which was, right before price even came up to it. We were looking for that setup. And what did that wind up doing? It wound up giving us an absolute sniper short entry literally based off manipulation right there. And now that trade is up about, or I guess it was up about 9.74% without leverage. But obviously, price did bounce a tiny bit, so it's actually now only up about 8.5%. But this is literally how you can find trade entries. And if you don't know how to find them yourself, you can literally check out the premium Discord where we spoon feed our trade setups, or my trade setups. And yeah, there you go. That is literally how you can make money off the manipulation. So it actually does mean something, right? Because we could use this information to make money in the market. This is a common misconception, and I know it doesn't make sense if you're new to the charts, right? If you're a beginner to looking at the charts and understanding what actually moves the market, it can be somewhat difficult to think like, how are these lines on the chart going to mean anything if they could just manipulate price? But oftentimes, you can spot that manipulation on the chart and literally take advantage of it. So hopefully that helps you out, Paul, or maybe encourages you to learn a little bit about technical analysis and how you can take advantage of it to make money. And I'm right here to help you learn along the way every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 100% free. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Yo, shout out to Darren Does Things. Yeah, Wick. Frankie, you pocketed on the XRP fake news as well. Shout out to Darren, bro. That's actually very true. I actually made a video about this on the channel. Where was that? Where did that actually happen? Let me see. Yeah, where did that? What was that wick? I forget. I forget exactly where that was. But yeah, you could go find the video on the YouTube channel. Man, I wish I knew exactly where that was, because that would be another amazing learning opportunity for the Mafia on how you can literally make money off the manipulation. But yeah, I forget. Yeah, it was like Was it this manipulation to up here? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Let me show this real quick, just to kind of drive home the fact that like how you can make money, right? Here's a free lesson, right? A lot of people charge for this, but I do believe what we were looking at back then was the this previous value area, right? We were looking at this previous value area. We knew that we had our POC sitting right here. And, as we round up, I believe this was the wick. As we got this manipulation, we got this random spike to the upside. And we were able to catch the same exact setup that I just showed you on Bitcoin off of the manipulation. Was this it? I believe this was it. I don't want to say it if it wasn't. I mean, this would be very, very similar. I believe this is it. The little one over the high. Was you thinking about this one maybe? I don't remember. Maybe I'll post about that. Maybe, yeah, I wish I knew. But basically, this is why this works, right? Because can somebody give me the date in the chat of when that fake news happened on XRP and we got that pump? If you guys can get me a date on that next one, was it right here? Yeah, okay. This might have been it. Let's see. It's like a very obvious wick. It's like it's just like a complete and total scam. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. Oh, this is it. Yep. This was it. So, yeah, I believe it was this one. So this manipulation candle. Yeah, somebody confirmed that date. It was Monday, November 13th, 2023. I believe that was it. But basically, we were sitting here looking at the price chart, and when you see these big moves to the upside, I actually caught this low key by accident. I was just sitting here on the price chart and saw price just absolutely got a rip to the upside out of nowhere. I believe I was even looking at the 5-minute chart, like I had gotten off a live stream, and I had just seen that we had crazy manipulation or just a crazy pump to the upside for what seemed like for no reason. I'm not going to be able to find it on the 5-minute. But simply put, what happened was we got this random pump all the way to the upside, and I was actually waiting for a short setup to come up, for price to come up and swing fail this level. and then take a short. And then what happened? Price came up, never hit my SFP level, and I didn't take the trade, right? Because I didn't get the setup to present itself. And then price started moving down, and I was like, oh, man, we missed the move. And then out of nowhere, price just started absolutely scamming to the upside, right, based off the fake news. I would call it manipulation. And as I saw price move up, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, no way is this thing about to come grab that SFP, right? And that SFP was sitting right here. You guys can go check it. One of the mods, if you guys can find that video, it's actually a really, really good trade breakdown to watch if you guys are learning how to trade. But price just comes all the way up, wicks into the SFP level. I wound up taking the trade and then absolutely cashing out on it. It was a pretty nice trade. But that was all based off manipulation, right? So if you could learn these techniques, you can literally learn how to make money off the manipulation. So it's actually very nice. I wish we had more opportunities like that. I wish I would manipulate the dang thing more. But yeah, anyway, hopefully that, yeah, I don't know how to find that one, Chemistry Bro. They are really hard to find sometimes. But yeah, I wonder if that is, yeah, I'm gonna check that. Yeah, November 13th. I'm almost positive that was the wick on the fake news. Someone can, if anybody knows, please let me know in the chat. But anyway, that's a little quick SFP, how to make money off manipulation sauce. Shout out for Paul for bringing that up. And hopefully I was able to help you out. All right, let's go ahead. Bad Axe said highest leverage I've ever seen Frankie use. Was it on that XRP trade? Yo, you guys are funny. Yo, Mark Dutch just called Kembro an amateur wrench. Yo, you guys are crazy. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be Toncoin, or Ton, as some people say. And let's take a look here. I don't think we have we haven't looked at Ton in a long time. I don't think we have a running Ton chart. Yeah, we'll just take a look at this one. All right, so this thing, this is actually doing pretty nice. Let's see. Do we? Maybe we do have a. Okay, yeah, that's... Yeah, maybe we don't. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll just look at the MEXC chart. I'm trying to find the one with the most price action, or the most price history. Go with the MEXC chart here. Or let's try Bitfinex. That's the Bitcoin chart. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at the MEXC chart. Yeah, Ton is very centralized, easy to move up. Yeah, shout out to Wick, said confirmed it was fake BlackRock ETF filing news for the XRP around November 13th, 2023. Frankie killed it. Shout out to Wick589. Yeah, it's. I'm actually, be honest, I'm kind of shocked that I was able to find that Wick just looking at the chart. Not my proudest moment, to be honest. I'm not a nerd, guys. I have a life. I do other things that look at charts once in a while. But anyway, let's take a look at Suncoin here. Taking a look at the daily. Let's. I'm actually going to do some. Yeah, this daily money flow is chopped up on just about everything. So you're crossing into the green here on the daily money flow, but I don't know if I'd write home about that. It's a little bit still pretty choppy. Take a look at the weekly. Weekly green dot is printing, so obviously not uncommon to see a push up on that. Let me go ahead and pull some Fibonacci extension levels real quick. Bada boom. And we'll do the price predictions. Yeah, okay. So this is your next zone, in my opinion, right? I would actually maybe make this a whole big old zone, right, with little intermediary zones in the middle. So you got this level up here at 955. You got this little level down here sitting at 892, and you got this other level right here sitting at 838. So this is going to be that next level of resistance as we push into this level, and I would be careful here, guys. You know, don't forget. Next zone after that would definitely be sitting right here between $12 and $11. But as we push up here, I would be somewhat cautious. You know, I would not be long in this thing on this big green candle, because if we are going to continue putting in these higher highs into this key zone of resistance and we wind up getting one of these, which you guys know would be a bearish divergence on the weekly time frame. Would have to not really come up that high, though. Could get invalidated as soon as you break that previous high on the momentum wave. That would invalidate it. However, if we do get the lower highs on the momentum waves as you put those higher highs on price into this key level of resistance, could be a place to look for a potential pullback. Not necessarily a dump down to zero, but a potential pullback into you know, a potential new Fibonacci retracement zone from the low to get a continuation higher. But I would not, in my opinion, be longing this off this fresh green candle. Now, if we do break that zone, next level I'd be looking at would be sitting up here between 1266 and 1160. And those would be the moves to the upside, right? And based off that weekly green dot, the reason I'm looking up where we're looking down for most of the other altcoins, the reason I'm looking up for this one is because this is the only one with the weekly green dot, right? So let's see, 4-day, 3-day, nothing to take away from here. 2-day green dot printing. Yeah, daily money flow. Yeah, crossing into the green. I mean, take that with a grain of salt, though, because this has been very choppy. But those are the levels I would look at. Let me pull the volume profile. Not the best range here in my own personal opinion. But the reason I wanted to look at this is if, I would. These are the levels I'd look at, right? This volume profile could come back into play if you get accepted back in, and this value area high may be key support if you come back down. So if you do come up for that weekly bear div, get a short setup, I would be looking for price to potentially bounce off that value area high. Especially, let me pull this fib. Yeah, this would be, That's basically it, right? If we come up here and we get the bearish confirmations and that weekly bearish divergence is printing and you get a pullback, support level number 1 would be the value area high, sitting at 745. And then really the nice zone of support here is the golden pocket to the 786 POC. There's nice confluence there. And as we know, guys, we talk about this all the time. If you wind up getting a breakdown into a range after you break out, sometimes you like to go test that POC before getting the real move up. So that's going to be key level number 1 and key level number 2 if you get the pullback off of the weekly bear div, if it presents itself. Support level number 1, support zone number 2. Putting a little more weight on this one, to be quite honest with you. And that's if we put the top in right here, right? Obviously, if price pushes up higher, you're going to have to readjust that fib to where the high is, right? Which would change, right? Let's say we come up to this level, right? This becomes a very important zone. And then, I mean, it's still kind of the same, right? Your 786 is here, and then your golden pocket value area high is right here. But we can't pull imaginary fibs, right? We have to wait for price to actually move. So there you go. Right now, the current fib would be sitting right there. So there you go. Shout out to people are saying that my volume is low. My volume is like low-key peaking as usual. As you guys know, I am a screen talker. So yeah, that is interesting. I wonder why that's happening. You're not the first person I saw say that either. Let's see. B-Rad Crypto said, hey, Frankie, can you take a look at BTC? I heard it's about to rip. Let's go. Shout out to B-Rad Crypto. Let's see. Looks like it's about to rip. I'm just kidding. Maybe a local bounce. Shout out to B-Rad. I would look for maybe a local bounce. Taking a look at the 2-hour, right? You are getting a 2-hour bull div here, right? Green dot printing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a bounce to the upside here. But with the way money flow looks on the 4, 5, 6, and 8-hour, we would be potentially expecting a lackluster bounce before continuing the trend to the downside. But we will have to go ahead and see. Let's see. Shout out to JB, said, hey, I watched your fib video. You didn't really say when to draw your fib from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. I think I have it. I just want to make sure. Shout out to JB. Yes, very simply put. Let me pull up a clean chart here real quick. When you're pulling your fib, right, and I recommend you guys do not do this in public. People freak out for some reason. I guess it's a little bit weird. But if you look here, right, if you are in a downtrend, this is where I would, let's say here, right, let's go into bar replay mode and say we have this move to the downside. If I am looking, right, if price is going to bounce and I am looking for Fibonacci retracements to act as resistance, right, maybe we're looking for a lower high and a continuation or something like that. When you're in a downtrend, that is when you want to pull your fib from the high to the low, right? And then these would be your key full Fibonacci retracement levels, right? Now, you could obviously pull this to this swing high. You could pull it to the more local swing high to get more local levels. But for the most part, when you're in a downtrend and you're looking for resistance levels, that's when you pull from the top to the bottom. And then when you're coming up and you're looking for places to potentially put in a higher low to continue to the upside, that is where you want to pull from a low to a high, right? So for resistance, you pull from high to low. For support, you pull from low to high. Does that make sense? Right? So if I pull this full Fibonacci, right, I'm expecting a bounce here, and I want to find some key levels to the upside, I might pull that full fib. I might pull more of a local fib here, And just because I assume this will react, I'll pull to this actual very local high. So these should be resistance on the way back up, right? And you can see, where did you get the rejection from? Right from that 786 retracement. This is oftentimes how we find little scalp shorts, right? Whoops, let me go back there. I mean, it's not amazing that it's working, right? It's not like magic, like this is what you would expect from a Fibonacci. And then eventually, if you get back above it, now we hit that macro golden pocket, got a little bit of a rejection, and then you actually smash through that 786, and I believe we wound up rejecting there again. So there you go. And you could do this on any time frame, right? It doesn't need to be like you can go to the 5 minute, right, and zoom in. And then, right, like, and it's not going to work 100% of the time, right? Like, nothing in TA is 100%. But let's just say we go to a random place in the market, right? And we're saying, hey, pull from the low to the high. If you wind up coming back to this golden pocket 786, you would expect some kind of support to come in. I don't really know. I didn't pay much attention while I went into the past, so I don't know how quickly we're going to get down there. And then once you make another high, technically, you would want to pull to the new high. Or even look at a more local fib, right? Now, where you pull these from is a whole nother story, right? You have a 786 here. Will we bounce? Nope. Oh, no, you did wind up holding it, I guess. Kind of just wiggled around there. But that's how you do it, right? When you're looking for support, you pull from the low to the high, right? Oh, there you go. We finally got down to the golden pocket 786 there. There you go. And look, you get the nice bounce from that 786. So, yeah, that is how you do it. And then as price reverses back to the downside, let's see. Bada boom, right? So you make a low here, a high here, and if you're looking for support again, you could pull from one of these lows. But if you're looking for resistance, you could pull from the low, from the high to the low, and then if you come back up there, boom, right? You get a little rejection. Boom, right? And that's how you do it, right? Just pull from the high to the low for resistance, and then the low to the high for support. Hopefully that answers your question, JB. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. All right, let's see. Shout out to Golden, said, hey, Frankie, drop some sauce on the Mafia and talk about laddering in your orders. Shout out to Golden. I could go over that really quickly. So when you ladder into an order, guys, pretty simple. Not super, it's a pretty simple concept. But simply what I like to do, especially if I'm trading, I'll use Fibonacci's just because I use this as an example. Right? So you pull from your high, from your low to your high. So if I saw this trend to the upside and I start seeing price reverse to the downside and I'm looking for longs, right? Let's assume, right? Let's pull our volume profile, right? I'm like, oh, okay, hey, look at this. We have confluence with the POC, etc. I don't want to overcomplicate it. We'll just use the fib here. If I were looking for a long on this golden pocket, there are some cases where I don't know, right? I'm not sure if the move up is going to be from the golden pocket or the 786. But there are times where, oftentimes when I look for trade setups, I will say either look at each zone as a different entry, right? So I could look for a long in a golden pocket and then look for, set a tight stop loss. And if I get stopped out of that, I could look for a fresh entry on the 786. Now, if you didn't want to do this, what you could do is enter 50% of your position here, right? Now, this is going to be, there has to be more analysis than just the fib, right? So I don't know if this is going to play out, but if you were in a position where you were looking for a continuation to the upside and a break of these highs, and you want to take the long, sometimes you don't know if you're going to get the move from here or the 786, but what we do know is the higher low is very likely to come in within this zone, right? So again, you could take a stab at the golden pocket, take the whole position with a tight stop loss, or what you could do is enter 50% of your position here and then expect a potential move down to the 786 to fill the second 50% of your order. And then if you wind up coming down to the 786 and getting the big move, then you filled half of your order here and half of your order here. Now you might say, why do this? Well, if you don't know if you're going to get a bounce from this level or this level, at least if you don't come down to the 786 to tap it, you're still in the trade and you can still make money even though it's not your full position. It's not going to make you as much money, but at least you have skin in the game, right? And now I don't know, like this is obviously not based off a real setup, so I don't know if this winds up playing out or not. But let's see. Might as well see for fun. Oh, God, that was brutal. This is a brutal... There we go. Okay, this is gonna be okay. There you go. So it broke down. It wasn't a real trade setup, but that's the idea of laddering, right? If you're not sure whether you should be long from one level or another level, and oftentimes it does happen with a golden pocket 786, you could simply just I don't know if I want to go all in on the golden pocket. If I know we're going down to the 786, again, you could take a stab at the golden pocket and stop out early, or you could just fill 50% of your order and then fill 50% of your order down a little bit lower. Actually, if you look at the setups here, a lot of times, like this is just just to show you guys what I actually look at. When we were looking for the short here at the high, there were two different levels I was looking at. It wasn't a fib level, but I didn't know if we were going to SFP this level or SFP this level. So what you could do here is enter a position here, right? And then if it breaks that level, you could stop out and then look for the new setup at the higher level. Or you could just enter 50% of your trade here. And if you do wind up going for that second SFP, you could just fill the rest of your order. And then it's just a way to ladder yourself in, right? It's like kind of a risk management strategy. So shout out to Golden. Thank you for bringing that up. Hopefully someone learned something. So there you go. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Shout out to Major Benefit said, I would love to hear if you ever hedge your initial positions using futures both ways. If so, what is your strategy? Shout out to Major. I'm not going to go super into that right now because we are running out of time. We do have to get into the giveaways. But yes, I do hedge my positions oftentimes in all different ways. It's very dependent on the specific and current scenario that is happening, right? Everything in trading is very contextual. That's why, when people say, are we going up or down? I can't answer that question, right? Like I get text messages all the time from family and friends like, should I buy Bitcoin right now? And it's like, I sincerely cannot answer that question. I have no idea what you mean, right? Should you buy Bitcoin? Are you looking to buy it and make money in the next 5 minutes? Are you looking to buy it and hold it for 10 years? Are you looking to buy it and hold it for 6 months, a year? Are you trying to slowly grow your capital? Are you looking to go for a moonshot? There's so much context that goes into trading, and everything is a separate situation. So it's the same thing with shout out to Greg, said Frankie Candle short stream today. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, it is a very contextual thing. That's why you guys will never see me come on here and say, we're pumping today. On this day, we're going to pump. 100%, guys, we're going. I will never say that. Number one, that's never the situation, right? You can't look at the market that way. You're going to lose money. It's not how it works. And it's, if I said we're going up right now, technically, we could go up for 30 seconds on the 1 minute, and technically I would have been right? So that's why I break things down into long-term, short-term, and micro-term, right? Because it's all different. I could be bullish, right? I could look for a long here. If someone says, should I buy Bitcoin right now? And I'm looking at the 1 minute and there's a fire trade setup, right, to bring us back up to these lows, right? I could say, well, hey, yeah, I think it's looking bullish. I would buy here and sell here. But typically people who are new to the charts aren't trading the 1 minute, right? So you have to ask people, what's your goal? Are you looking to hold for 10 years? What's the option here? Are you looking to scalp? So that's why everything is very contextual. And that's why you guys will literally never see me come up here and say, just pick one direction unless it's within the context of something, right? 4-hour bull div money flow coming up. I think within the context of the 4-hour, we could get to this level, right? Very likely. But that we could be dumping on the 1 minute, right? So it's very contextual. But let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Jesse Rico, said that's 5 winks. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo, just dropping those winks in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and continue on to, I can't read that whole thing. Is that scale? SKL? Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at scale. Bada boom. Okay, so here we are. Oh my God, this is the thing, right? It's like, oh my God, this thing is pumping. And then you come on over to the daily and you're like, oh, wait, what the heck? We're dumping. This is why I think charts confuse a lot of people, right? And that's a beautiful, how could you be bearish? We're pumping. It's that's the 1 minute, right? Very important, right? Especially if you want to be a trader and not just a long-term investor. This is one of the most important things you have to understand, because you might be looking for a long on the 1 hour, or you might be looking for a long on the 5 minute, but if the 15 minute, 30 minute, and 1 hour are looking like garbage, it's probably not going to play out too well for you. But that's why we teach you every single weekday right here for free at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single weekday, for the most part. All right, let's go. Shout out to Major Benefit, said I was referring more to short-term future trades, meaning you're pretty bullish, but protect for the downside for quick moves like on Ondo yesterday. Shout out to Major Benefits. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Typically when I make my tutorial videos, I like to wait until I'm in the situation, right? Because I could go back. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I do it all the time, making tutorials, just going back in bar replay mode. But oftentimes what I like to do is I like to, when I talk about our Lux Algo entry strategy, where we look for changes of character and then a retest of a smart trail to look for a long position. Like when I went over this trading strategy using Lux Algo recently, I made the video because I had just that day used that strategy to enter into a trade. So I like to show it in real time. So maybe the next time I'm in that situation, I'll make a video, and maybe I'll shout you out, Major Benefits, for giving me the idea. So shout out to you. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on to SKL. And here we are. Let me turn off the indicators real quick. Zoom out. Okay. Bada boom. Let me pull this all the way back to the beginning. Let's pull it from here. Just want to see something quick. Okay. Yeah, so on SKL, this is, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I will just take this little local profile. So very simply put, this was a low volume gap. Maybe I could just start a fresh chart here. This is kind of useless. And let me pull this range right here. Bada boom. And shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Frankie, Rob is a huge Smurf fan. He collects them, and he likes to imagine we are Smurfs. He calls Tyler Grouchy Smurf, Tony Chef Smurf, Kembro Brainy Mrs. Candles is Handy Smurf. Which Smurf are you? Can I be Calf Smurf? Caffy Smurf? Shout out to Creighton. Let me know. Is that a Smurf? Let me know. If I can be Caffy, I'll be Caffy. Shout out to Creighton C. Trader Smurf. Shout out to Crypto Max. Yeah, I'll take Trader Smurf. Stupid Bitcoin said, am I stupid Smurf? Shout out to Stupid Bitcoin. Shout out to, Creighton. You let me know. What do you think I am? What do you think I am? Okay. Shout out to Villa Senora said, Frankie did a poll before the start of the stream. Smart move. About the light, 100 likes before we started. Oh, we're at 405. We are doing better than we have all week. 650 likes on tonight's live stream, guys. I will bless the Mafia with, I don't know what. Might be Frankie Candles hats. Might be my used computer mouse. It might be my empty coffee cup, or maybe even my half-full coffee cup. We'll add some beef to the giveaways. Maybe it's memberships. If we hit 650 likes, so go ahead and smash those like buttons right now if you have not already and you're learning anything on this live stream. Go ahead and drop your likes. But yeah, very simply put, there's many different value areas that we can look at here. The first one, or the original one that I was looking at, or that was originally on the chart, was pulled from down here. But that's kind of a wonky one. Let me see. Where is this? Maybe I could pull this all the way down. Yeah, that's probably the value area to look at right here. Pull it from here. Bada boom. Bada bing. There we go. Let me turn off the histogram box so it's clean. Okay, so there we go. You have a value area high, POC value area low. Now, this is the macro range that I would be looking at, right? This is oftentimes where we see, right, 2021 highs. We come down into the bear market, price consolidates, and then we get a push up. What is that next target? Usually, very simply put, you look to target the value area low of that previous range, and that will act as resistance until you could come back up and flip it to support. And then that is typically where you see the big moves to the upside to fill the whole bull market previous range, right, up to the value area high. So in the long term, that is kind of what I would be looking at as far as like your macro key levels of resistance. And if I pull up those naked points of controls, pull up the monthly here, these would be worth noting as well. This is basically the POC of the range. But we'll just mark it out like that. And then we also have a monthly naked point of control at the value area high. That is also worth looking at, in my opinion. This is pretty far away. This would be a more relevant monthly naked point of control sitting down below. So I would take that. And then take a look at the weekly. We got a nice weekly naked point of control right here. This would be a key level of support. Bada boom. And we also have a weekly naked point of control just above that could act as resistance. Yeesh. And then I will take this weekly naked point of control right here. I'm actually going to mark out, a lot of these are pretty relevant, actually. So pull that one right here. And then we will go ahead and drop that indicator. Okay. So in the long term, Key levels of resistance on scale. This weekly naked point of control macro value area low confluence sitting between 14 and 12 cents, right? I'm not going to read all the intricacies of those numbers because I don't want to butcher them for you, but you can see them on the screen right there. And then another key level of resistance, I'm probably going to be a while till we get up here, but once you get up there, this is going to be a key level of resistance, as well as your POC as well would obviously be a pretty key level to look at, especially with the monthly naked point of control, which makes sense because the POC of this range, or the naked POC of this range. But that's the more long-term levels, right? And then you have a macro support level sitting down here. That is coming in between 0.047 and 0.043. Just pull this for fun. Let me pull this little volume profile. Yeah, in beautiful confluence with that value area high. So actually mark this out. Bada boom. Just trying to mark up these. I haven't really marked this chart up yet on the live stream, so I will kind of do it in full here. Bada boom. Bada bing. Okay. So there you go. These are the macro levels. Feel free to screenshot this. Take it for free. I don't care. That's the macro levels. But now I want to look at this local price action to try to figure out what is more likely to happen coming up here more soon, right? Or more in the lower time frames, right? So when we pull our fib from this local low to the high, we are approaching our macro, not macro, but macro relative 786 retracement. Let me go ahead and pull our local profile as well. Okay, so let's come down to a lower time frame. Let's take a look at the daily, and let's mark out our profile here, right? From the high to the low. Yeah, this is like right on that weekly naked point of control. So key resistance locally is 100% going to be sitting right here. Weekly naked point of control, value area low, definitely going to be a key level, right? So if we wind up coming back up and we can't get back above this level, which it doesn't look like we want to, 786 could be a key level to look at. We haven't quite tapped it just yet, but if you get a bigger breakdown, your next zone of support is going to be sitting back down here between 0.0476 and 0.0433. So those are more local levels. There's really no, let me pull up Market Cipher real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you could be printing a bullish divergence here on the 4-hour. Money flow technically coming up, but you do have a plethora of resistance up here. So you got to be careful. This is very key resistance. But the goal here on scale, in my opinion, would be, let me actually fix this profile a bit. Bear with me. Boom. Okay. So yeah, really what we need to do in order for scale to get another big move up, like key zone right here. Like, you got to get above this level. Once you flip above that, you can potentially work your way back into this range. And then at that point, once you break out of that range, that is where you open up the door to potentially get into the big move up, right? This is moon zone, right? Once you flip that weekly naked point of control to support, that is moon zone for scale, in my opinion, potentially looking for that whole range to fill. Other than that, I would just be looking at this local range right here. But again, you have a lot of resistance above, so I'm not necessarily... Let me see what the higher time frame money flow looks like. Yeah, 10-hour red dot or 12-hour red dot is printing. I do think it might be more likely. See the 45-minute money flow? Yeah, you might be able to get another move down. But those are the key levels. No real trade setup, in my opinion, but those are the key levels, not only on the macro, but also in that local price action. And that's what I would be looking at. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Drink water, y'all. Shout out to Wick589. Shout out to Dark Crash. Shout out to Crypto Max. He said, wow, how many times 100 Bitcoin giveaway, Frankie? 10? Should we do 10 100 Bitcoin giveaways? We'd have to be like bajillionaires for that. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. But I'd say if we did have 100 Bitcoin to give away, Crypto Maxi, you'd be one of the people we'd want to give it to. But anyway, with all that being said, wait, hang on one second. Someone said Totoro. Is Crypto Totoro in here? Hang on. Hang on a second. I don't see him. Totoro? Is Crypto Totoro in here? I haven't seen Totoro, I feel like, in a while. Let's see. Yo, you guys are crazy. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead. I think that's all the time we got for the altcoins. I know we have a few more to go through, Link and AVAX, but we do have to start getting into these giveaways. Shout out to Tyler Durden. Do we have the link for the giveaway? If you could drop that in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh no. Let's see. Yo, SA Razor said I won, y'all. Y'all can leave. Let's see. Yeah, we're at what are we at? 444 likes. We did not make the 650. Unfortunately, I'm going to pin that link to the top of the chat if you guys want to enter in to win the giveaways. Bada boom. Go ahead and click the top of the click the link at the top of the chat. Drop a like and a comment on that video, and you'll be entered in to win that give. Oh wait, hang on, that's not it. Shout out to Tyler Durden. I'm replacing. Oh wait, hang on. This link. Okay. Replace link. Now click the link pinned to the top of the chat once it updates. There you go. Go ahead, painfully. Shout out to Tyler Durden. But yeah, go ahead and click that link at the top of the chat to go ahead and enter into the giveaways. I'll give you guys a few minutes to drop those likes. And while we're doing that, I'll take a quick look at link. While you guys are dropping likes on that video. Bada boom, bada bing. Take a look at link. Speaking of links, shout out to Tyler Durden. Tony D. Tony D is in the house. What is going on, brother? He's back. Tony, it was a rough start. We had Kembro holding down the crew. Dave Digital came in clutch as for some backup. Shout out to Tony. And then Tyler showed up, and we got it all together, and everyone was like, where's Tony? Where's Tony? And I was like, guys, he's at the mechanic. He's at the mechanic, guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here with Link. Yo, Dave said, Tony, how's your job with Golden going? Yo, oh my God, shout out to Dave Digital. But anyway, let's see what we got going on here. Very simply put, I'm going to get rid of, of some of these levels. I'm going to get rid of these old fibs. This was all tapped. Look at that daily and weekly naked point of control, how it is respected. Unbelievable. I guess I'll leave that level there. But for the most part, guys, yo, what is up with these histogram backgrounds? Why is this like this? Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out this volume profile because this is the profile that we are stuck in right now, right? Bada boom, POC, value area low. There we go. So very simply put, right, this is what we look at every time we look at Link. Simply put, we are banging our head on that key level of resistance until we get that move to the upside. Once you break above this value area low, it opens up the door for higher prices. We rejected this daily naked point of control almost to the dollar there. Absolute beautiful rejection. And then every time we lose this range, we do wind up respecting this old volume profile, right? Back to the high, break out of the high, back into here, reject the weekly naked point of control, and then now we have lost this range or this upper range once again, and where are we at? We are simply just back in our old volume profile. So as of right now, pretty quick analysis on Link. Very simply, break down below, hit the POC, stuck below the value area high, and then, once we lose this POC, very likely to come down to that value area low. But this is the context that I would be looking at as far as Link goes, right? If we pull the local fib, what are we bouncing off of? Yeah, I would potentially look for a move down to this value area low, 786 confluence, which is coming in between 1420 and 1390. If we can make a move down here and put in some bullish divergences on some key time frames, maybe the 4-hour, bada boom, maybe we get that 4-hour bull div. If we could put it in, and maybe we put it in at the POC, but if we could put it in at this level, I would be much more comfortable taking a long position from the value area low. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Link for the most part. Until we break out of this range to the upside or downside, I wouldn't expect too drastic of a move. Got to get out of that range. All right, let's go ahead and start calling those giveaways. I don't know why I couldn't talk there for a second. Let's see. Giveaway picker. Bada boom. Pickawinner.com. Sounds like a fake website. What do you use to pick your winners? Oh, it's simply just go to pickawinner.com. You got to be careful that you spell winner correctly, because if you do pickasomethingelse.com, it might get a little weird. But anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to have to let me go ahead and grab that link real quick. Bada boom. Bada boom, bada bing. What is going on here? Nothing's working. Everything's broken. Everything is broken. Okay, there we go. Bada boom. Paste it. Come on. Okay, so here we are. Pickawinner.com. Definitely don't go to pickawiener.com. All right, here we go. Who's going to win today? Don't include replies. Anything goes. I don't know how we do that. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Crypto Max. He said, hey, Frankie Candles, do you see the hearts? I do see the hearts, and I'm going to hit you back with some 100s. Let's go. Everybody spam those emojis. I don't even know what they do. I don't even know if it helps at all. But these are like, what are these reactions? I don't even know what they do. Okay, let's go ahead and pick me, boss. Shout out to JB Yo or JP Yo. I smashed the hearts. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Yeah, this is lit. These are funny. I don't know if it helps the algorithm at all, but smash that like button because that does help the algorithm. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Everyone's spamming the buttons now. Let's go. Shout out to Adam, says let's go, chat. But let's go ahead and start picking these winners. Tyler, I believe we have shout out to Sandy, says BTC, bro. If you check the beginning of the stream, it was the first thing we looked at. Go check in or just scrub to the beginning of the stream. You'll see my full thoughts on Bitcoin. But yeah, I believe we have, what is it, Tyler? 10 ADA giveaways. We didn't get the 650 likes. Okay, 10 winners. I really want to drop some hats and memberships on you guys. Smash that. I guess we probably don't have enough people in here to get to 650 at this point, but maybe we could do it on Monday. But let's go ahead. Winner number one for a bag of Cardano is going to be Net Ninja. Said, let's go up. Hey, I hope so, bro. But if anything's down for you, we'll just add some crypto to your portfolio to keep it up. So shout out to Net Ninja. Thank you for watching the channel and hitting that like button. Hit that free Discord and claim your free Cardano. It's real. We actually send it to you. Here we go. Tan G says 100 Bitcoin. Let's go. All right, winner number two. Who's it going to be? Slim Shady Crypto. Hey, let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Said Frankie on the come up. Let's go. Shout out to Slim Shady. I appreciate you, bro. I'm not a rapper, though. You guys know this. Go watch, I think the third stream I ever did. I lost a challenge, and I had to do a freestyle rap, and it was quite horrific. I actually should delete that. Anyway, just sold on my Cardano. Crypto Independent. We'll just stack you back up, brother. But shout out to Slim Shady. Thank you for being here, bro, and watching the content. We're going to send you some free Cardano. And winner number three, who's it going to be? Zakir says, explain it, Frankie. Shout out to you, bro. I'll explain this to you. Just send me your address to your Cardano wallet, and I'll send the explanation to your wallet. Shout out to Zakir. Thank you for liking the channel or liking the video. And I don't remember. I think this was a market update. I'm trying to think of what I was explaining. But shout out to Zakir. Hit that free Discord and get your free Cardano. And Slim is 2. You are that was number 4. Oh, Alex Terminate. Shout out to you, bro. I think you might have been in here earlier. You want some free Cardano, brother? Let's go. Send that Cardano address over to our boy Tyler, or go to the free Discord. Click I just want a prize, and we'll send you that free crypto. Sounds fake, but it's not. Shout out to Low Dog. Says, hey, Frankie, thanks for all the updates. Shout out to you, brother. No worries at all. I'm happy to do it. Smash that like button if you appreciate it. I appreciate you. Next winner, Crypto Maxi. Let's go. Where's Crypto Maxi? Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Clicking those hearts must have done something. Added a couple extra likes onto the video. Said, we going to 0, then back to 1 million. That's a massive bing bong. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Thank you for being such a big part of the family, bro, and smashing that like button. He said, told y'all. Let's go. Alex Terminate. Let's go. One again. Alex Terminate. Are you rigging these giveaways? This is ridiculous. I'm just kidding. Shout out to you guys. Congrats. And go ahead and hit that free Discord. Claim your prize. And we'll send you that Cardano. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Okay, let's see. Maxi's number 5. We got 5 more free bags of Cardano. Greg, shout out to Greg. Let's go. What is this? OG? This is like OG winners right now. Shout out to Dev. Says, Frankie, we appreciate you. Thank you for the sauce. Have a great weekend. Bing bong. Shout out to Dev. No problem, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, brother. This wheel is a scam. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Mark Dutch, I'm rooting for you next, bro. I'm rooting for you next. Shout out to Greg. Congratulations, bro. Yo, and look at that. Greg, you congratulated Crypto Maxi. And look, Karma came right back around and gave it to you. Shout out to Greg. He says, all right, let's give away all of Frankie's BTC today. Shout out to Greg. Wow, I won. I've never won anything in my life. But I'm glad you're winning, Greg. Shout out to you, bro. Next winner. Karachi Man, shout out to you, said COQ to the moon, baby. Shout out to you, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm not saying it's going to the moon, but I hope it does because I do own a whole lot of COQ. I don't know if it's a whole lot, but I have a decent bit of COQ. So let's see that thing go to the moon. But if COQ goes to 0, at least you'll be held up by this little bag of Cardano we're going to send you. So shout out to you, bro. And you were winner number 7. Shout out to you. Winner number 8. Who's it going to be? Come on. Mark Dutch, Blockbuster says, explained it in a great way, Frankie. Shout out to Blockbuster. I must have, explained, I guess I explained the price action, but it's interesting. You would think, a tutorial would be like, thanks for explaining. But, hey, shout out to Blockbuster. Thank you for the nice comment, bro, and thank you for smashing that like button. We have to pay people to hit the like button now, so we're happy to do it. So shout out to you, man. Peace out, yo. Shout out to Crypto Shawnee B. We'll see you next time, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Okay, next winner. Who's it going to be? Winner number 9. Who's it going to be? Lionheart. Shout out to Lionheart. Says, to the moon. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully soon we can moon. But in the meantime, take our Cardano from me to you. Shout out to you. I'm not a rapper, though. That didn't even rhyme. But anyway, shout out to Lionheart. Thank you for watching the content. You're winner number 9. And here comes winner number 10. Who's it going to be? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's going to be Mark Dutch. Can I get banned in my own chat? Would that work if I spam? King Frankie, shout out to Rico. What is going on, bro? 484 likes now. Let's get it. Smash the like button. It increases. If you smash the like button on this stream, it increases your chances of winning by liking the other video. I don't know. Winner number 10. Here we go, guys. I'm on 1% battery here in my brain on a Friday night. I think it's going to be Golden. Oh, no. I would imagine if Golden won a giveaway, he would, I don't know what that would do. I think I don't know. It might cause a system error. I don't know if Golden gets giveaways. I don't know if it's acceptable. I don't know if that works. Shout out to Alex Terminate said, thank you for being here, sharing your analysis. Easy to understand. Thanks for having Golden, and thanks for the giveaway. Shout out to Alex. No problem, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for appreciating me. I appreciate you. Here we go. Winner number 10. Crypto Station says, bing bong. Shout out to Crypto Station. We're going to send you some free Cardano. You're not Mark Dutch, unfortunately, but next week, we're rooting for you, Mark. We're going to get you one of these giveaways, bro. But shout out to Crypto Station. Hit that free Discord to get your free Cardano. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Go out there. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Touch some grass. You guys know I'm going to be touching tons of grass. Right? I go outside all the time, and I do things. I know people. I don't always look at the charts. I swear. Don't investigate that, but I swear. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for smashing the like button. And, guys, genuinely, thank you for tuning in every single day. I feel so blessed to have a community like you guys. CandleMafia is absolutely goated as a community, and I just feel super, super lucky and blessed to be up here and do this every single weekday with you guys. And I couldn't ask for a better life. So shout out to you guys. You're a big part of it. I'm not this YouTube channel. You guys are. I'm just the crazy guy on camera that screams. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys next time on Monday right here. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully, Bitcoin doesn't go to 0 in the meantime. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, all they saying, I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
I know he has really good Italian food. I get it. It's authentic. I know he pays well, but I told you, you can have another raise. It's fine, bro. Did you see you not being in the stream, bro? Everybody noticed right away. It's just, it doesn't feel right. I know Golden's the man. I know. I get it. I know. It's hard competition. I get it. But you need to come back, dude. I can't understand you. Are you eating? Of course. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fresh meatballs. I get it. Okay. All right. Hello. Whew. All right. Well. Oh. Hey. Maybe taking applications, guys. Golden has indeed stole Tony D. Hashtag bring Tony D back. Shout out to Golden. That's all I got, guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Touch some grass. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll.
Welcome.
And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go.
Real quick, guys, just something I learned. Second Frankie fake out. Something I learned last night, guys, is they make these things called pygmy goats. And they are just tiny little psychopathic baby goats that literally jump off of everything. It is the coolest thing I ever seen in my life. And when I saw this, I immediately called my sister, who's a veterinarian, and I said, can I get one of these and keep it in my house? And she said, the goat? I said, it's a pygmy goat. It's a small goat. And she said, absolutely not. That thing will destroy your house. You can't train it at all. So I think I'm going to get one. But anyway, look up pygmy goats. They're hilariously cute and psychos, and I love them. And they're my favorite animal. It's why goats are my favorite animal. Go check them out. That's all I got. Have a great weekend. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put